Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this picture and they want this replicated to put on all four corners. I've kind of done it. Mine's a little bit different. And I am actually going to draw it right below this one so I don't mess up. I'm going to take my spiral tool, which is underneath your polygon flyout. I'm just going to have, you know what, let's try just one spiral. Well, you know what, I'm going to try two. And we can always cut. So you can see, and that's always good to have a picture. I want to take this and I want to mirror it the other way because I want that one going up. I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard and I want it just the opposite. I want it just like that. So there's the opposite. I'm going to go ahead, whoop, I grabbed my box. I'm going to go ahead and shift select both these and hit T. Whoop, I hit something else. T to just put them evenly. Now I need to find, and really what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to take away that node with my shape tool. I'm just deleting those because I want that to start right there because it'll make a better curve. But I need to find out a happy medium between here. So we're going to take a 2-point line. Well, it doesn't need to be that long. Let me draw another one. I just need a little short line. Ha! There we go. I always hold it down the wrong button or something. A lot of times when I'm making a video, I don't really pay attention to the keyboard. So then I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard. I'm going to put that over there. Now I'm going to shift select both these lines. I'm going to go to effects and blend. I'm going to blend them one time. That gave me a halfy medium point. Now I need to select it. You know what? I'm going to get away from there so I won't be grabbing my other item. You have to break the blend apart because I want to get rid of these lines, but I don't want to get rid of my middle line. And actually, I want an indexing line right in the center of that line. And I'm going to take my 3-point curve line and I'm going to go from there to there, but then I'm going to come back. And all I'm watching for is this right here to be a good smooth angle. Okay, Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it. And mirror it the other way. Grab that corner node right there with the 4-point cross and put it right there. I'm off. Put it right, the indexing line was giving me a little bit of problem, and I did something wrong. You know what, maybe my indexing line is wrong. Let me start over. You know what, no, that line is right on the money. Okay, Control D and mirror it both ways. This way, I'm trying to get a I'm off somehow. Excuse me, let me back up here. Let me put the line, let me put an X. Control D, and then I'm going to put an X. And I'm going to make them both black. And then I'm going to group them together, Control G. I want that crosshair right there. I didn't have to do this the first time. Now, I'm going to shift select both these and see now that should be the dead center. I have to go to object and break the blend apart. Now let's try my line. Looks like I might be a little bit too far apart, but it'll work. So I'm going to go there to that center edge. But once again, see how I don't want to bubble it. I want it to be kind of equal. Control D and make a duplicate. Mirror it. Grab that. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to grab my last cross. Now, I kind of messed that up. That doesn't look, but you get, well, let me just back up. I can't stand it. Get back to the 3-point curve line. I might have to just draw another one. 3-point curve line from there to there. I want an even flow. See, it's kind of a happy medium. That'll work. That looks better. Then Control D, mirror that twice. And what you're doing, you're making it symmetrically even. I'm going to have to snap off there to get my 4-point cross. There we go. Get rid of my line. I'm going to put little red dots just to make it a little bit thicker on the end. I'm going to put them in, they should snap right to those nodes. I'm going to go ahead and make my line thicker and black. And I'm going to go ahead and weld it. And then I'm going to make it thicker. I'm going to make it like, woo, too thick. Let's go with that 3125. Now, just to make life simple, and I made my circles too big, but I'm going to smart fill these circles in. Okay. I need to group this together. Control G. Now this is the only part I really haven't figured out the logistics of how to rotate this guy. I'm guessing I have to rotate it from, right there. But what I'm going to do is Control D to duplicate it and then mirror it up and down. And I'm just going to move that out of the way for a second. You know what? Let's do this. Let's try hitting L to put them both the same. That in itself looks pretty cool. But then I'm going to bring this down to about there, double click on it, and I'm going to move my rotation. There's probably several ways you could do this, because I really want those two touching, but I also want it at a perpendicular. That doesn't look right, but since that is 0 and that's 270, and it's just because I'm, you know what, let's do this. Let's, here's a good way always to check. I'm going to shift select and hit the rectangle button tool. See, I'm at a right angle. If you look, the box is pretty square. I mean, it's taller than it is square, but it'll work. Now we just need to draw in these black lines. And I just kind of took it upon myself to kind of, the original one, the line looks like it's flat. Mine's at a little bit of an angle. And that's, personal preference. And he can change that, but I'm just going to go from that node to that node. Go ahead and make it black and then make it that same thickness. And then we're not going to Control D. We're just going to take another line because it should go right from the node to the node. Make it black in that same thickness. And then all they had was like a little rectangle, a square in this middle, and just kind of force it in there. It doesn't look even. Let's rotate it 72 degrees. No, you pretty much just do this by hand. Maybe it's 90 degrees. That looks pretty good. And then fill it with black, take away the outline. I'm going to change my nudge to something real little. You just kind of nudge it around up there. Now that's pretty good. I'm going to Control G to group it. And then just depending on your rectangle, let's Control D and mirror that. And then let me change my nudge to like 2 inches. And then take that one and nudge it up twice. Grab both these, Control D, mirror them sideways and move them over twice. So now you have your box. Let me take away the indexing line. Now that box has another border around it. And maybe my lines aren't as thick as they should be. But a good way to put a box around this would be to select everything. Hold down your Shift key and double click on your rectangle tool. Let's grow it by 105%. Make it black and make it that same thickness. And there you have it. I could change some things, make this, and I've got a little bit of a leak right there, or a bad spot where I joined, and I should have fixed those at the very first. Let me just fix it real quick just to show you, in case who's going to do this is interested. I'm going to ungroup them. I'm going to ungroup all. Now take the shape tool. See those two nodes right there? Can't really delete them, but we're going to go to Windows, and I should have done this at the start, Dockers, Join Curves, and voila, it's gone. But you'd want to do that on both ends before I just didn't realize it when I had to. But that's a pretty cool design. Wondering what it looks like if we turned all the lines to blue and put a background of black. Well, not so much. I should have selected it all. The yellow is going to make it stand out. There you go. Anyway, I hope that answered their question, and thank you for now. One thing I didn't do is my box. And see, there's my leaks, and it really shows off. I did not make my box the same thickness. But very easily, just take it. Oh, you know why? I didn't have to, because the box should be filled with yellow. There we go. The square is a solid. Anyway, I hope that answered their question. Thank you for watching.